everybody, we're here. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready to officially get into it? Okay, thank you for raising the roof. So, we're getting started, everyone. Brief world overview. This is Obojima. That's what we're playing in. World, it's filled with magic, spirits, mystery. It's whimsical. It is Studio Ghibli through and through. It's all the creators also said Legend of Zelda. It's a little bit of a lot of things. But we're going to have like slice of life experiences, exploration, character driven moments, the themes and the tone, magic in the mundane. Spirits are everywhere, so it's not, you guys aren't like surprised by them. It's literally like they're like your neighbors. In this world there is there's only two realms. There's the I don't want to call it the regular realm. What is it called? The mundane one. There's the I don't know.
Physical or something?
Yes, it is. You're right. Sorry, I forget. Physical, aka regular, and there's a spirit realm. That's the only two. And spirits are just everywhere. They're abundant. It's cozy. It's comforting. It's role play heavy, of course. And there's like limited evil too. So villains are more misguided rather than these trying to end the world type evil characters. There's like mischievous spirits, but there's no like true malevolence, or if it is, it's rare. We'll see based on your choices. We'll see how evil I want to make the bad guys, but usually they're just like, talk to them, see what the real issues. Take out your notebook, sit them down against a bush, and be like, hey, who hurt you? That's what you got to do to the spirits here, the villains here. My first question for you guys is, well, there's different regions. Where is everybody from? Okay. There's a place called the Gift of Shirutashi, and that has like Okiri Village, really tiny. Montango Village. There's Tidewater. There's Yadaman, which is like the big city. It's basically like Tokyo. That's in that region too. The Land of Hot Water, so volcanic springs, tea houses, sky gliders, Mount Arbora, the Gale Fields, the wetlands, the highlands. But has anybody thought of this? Or are you guys all from the same place? I'm trying to figure out, like, as a group.
I've thought about this, but yeah. I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly like where my character would be from, but I have an idea of what I want. Like, I have an idea of the traumas and the problems that I want them to go through.
Traumas? So, dang! Already.
Man.
I just said this was whimsical and light. He said I have the traumas ready.
Yeah, of course. I got it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so what about the ultimate evil, So that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, let's create a character.
The ultimate evil. He wants to be Voldemort.
Yeah. That's
his growth story. Okay, we have, and then there's also races. So we're sticking heavily to the book, you guys. There's no orcs. There's humans. There's Nakudama, which are, I believe, they're frog people.
Mm-hmm. That's so
and
cute.
They are very cute. And then there's elves who are born of human parents, which is interesting. And they're created by a spirit who blessed the place upon a group of humans a long time ago. And they're deeply attuned to like the spirit realm and magic. So they have like a special connection to the spirit realm. And then there's the Dara, and they're born of trees. They just like every Dara has like a stamp on a tree that shows like where they were born next to it. Yeah, they're like philosophical and like community oriented and all that.
Like a dryad or something?
Yeah, kind of.
All right. Okay.
So those are 4 races. Has anybody thought of what race? We'll get back to like where you're from, but what race are you guys thinking?
Elf.
Definitely Nakudama.
I have a couple options, but
Arcturus. I said I safely in his safe zone. That's a.
Frog people.
How did I know? I knew you were gonna do that. What about you, said?
I have like three different options. I also like Nakudamas. I have an
Uh-huh.
option for humans, for elves, and then for different option, I have like different ideas of where they from as well.
Oh, okay. Okay. Meg, you chose elf because
being being born to like human parents. That's so fucking sick. And also, I
yeah,
just always play elves. Like, I just love elves so much.
That's
Elves
what
are
we
so
all
fucking
are. We all were born from human parents. What do you mean? That's so sick.
Yeah,
That's
but
what we are.
they're like attuned to
Oh, you're
spirits
talking-
and stuff.
he's talking about us as just regular people outside of this game.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're playing a game, so
She said, "Let me dream." you
I could
hater.
be a chosen one.
Okay, so it sounds like Meg, Arcturus, you already have like a chosen idea.
Yeah, I've got
Okay.
a couple, but definitely Nakudama is the race. Seems really fun.
Okay. Okay. I thought I was like, Arcturus is gonna do Dara or Nakudama.
I actually did have a character idea for Dara too.
Yeah.
Are you reading my notes?
I saw some artwork for the Dara and I go, that little creature right there. Arcturus would definitely play that little guy. Yes. John, what creature are you thinking?
Hey. Hello, sorry, I accidentally left the thing. I'm
Can
here.
you stop?
I'm
What-
sorry.
What race are you
I'm
thinking of?
here. I was thinking of being a human, a regular human, because of reasons.
Okay. It's attached to the trauma. I already know it is.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. No, not necessarily, but I kind of want this character to be like this young boy abandoned in a city, and
Oh
he's
god.
just for himself. And until he finds someone who takes care of him,
Okay.
it's fine. He's fine. I was joking. But like, was imagining like, I wanted to play a character who's like, in this big city and kind of he's raised by the village, like raised by the people around this area in the neighborhood, and he kind of lives with and learned how to like do the stuff that he does with a cook from a restaurant.
Okay, we'll get into it. Slow down. Look
Yeah.
at you guys. He's excited, you guys.
Yeah. Hey man, I got ideas galore.
Only one person can have no parents. Because I'm capping it.
Come
I
on.
already, I'm capping it. I'm capping it because.
We all have
already-
parents. One.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You're cutting out. You cut out.
Oh, I just said we all have parents, once, and then
Sometimes
funny.
not anymore. Okay, whatever.
yeah. No, don't worry. I'm joking.
This guy, he's not. He would totally do it.
I mean,
He would totally do it.
I would, but don't you trust me?
This- yeah, I do. Of course. That's why you're here. I trust everybody. That's why you're here. You said human?
Yeah,
Or-
humans or elves or Nakudama.
Okay.
So which one of those?
Yeah.
I wanna like I wanna hear like what other people characters first, and then I was like, which one is
Oh,
gonna
I
fit
see,
into
I
the
see.
group? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you usually like to do that. I noticed.
Yeah.
Okay. So my question for you guys. Next question. Deciding on our level cap. So according to the creators, even nobody's higher than level 10. And it kind of makes sense in this type of world.
Yeah.
There's not like level 10 is crazy high. Like people are looking at you like a level 20 type character. Like, because it's just not, it's not seen here. So
Looking at me, fireball.
yeah, stuff like that. That's crazy. That's crazy here in Obojima. So I want to collaborate with you guys and see what should be the maximum level your characters reach. The setting book suggests a lower cap level. Like we're taking it slow. So like, I mean, part of me is like, don't even think about leveling, but I guess it shows
Yeah.
growth, kind of. But like,
I think
could
10's a
go-
good cap.
Yeah.
10's a good cap.
Oh.
You could cap it around level 6. You can cap it around level 8. Keep it more balanced. But by level 10, there's no more growth you can really have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I feel like 8 is a good. I mean, yeah, having 10 is the limit. We could try to aim for 8.
Yeah, like
And
10 is the
see.
maximum.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay. So
Anyway, I'm dying way before that, so.
you're not. That's if he's gonna die in the children's campaign when you guys only have 4 HP.
Yeah, I'm scared.
No. I think so. So this is what it sounds like. It sounds like shoot for level 8 but keep it
Yeah.
flexible. Like it could go up to 9, it could
Yeah.
go up to 10.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Like when we talk level, we mean we're doing some what is it? We're doing Nimble system, right?
Yeah.
And do we level up through? I saw it was like heroic actions, so each level is a different heroic
Oh,
action
okay.
that's higher. Is that,
So
or was that
the
only
way
level 1?
So oh, you mean for the children's campaign, the arc? So I was thinking that for the children's arc, that's the other thing I wanted to ask you guys. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I'll get back to it because I have it in my notes. So it sounds like I'm gonna write that down. So level 8, flexible to go up to 10.
Sounds good.
Okay, that's great. Actually, I did not write that down. This is why I like collaboration. This is why I like this. Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah, level 10, you're basically a legendary character. So level 0 stuff. At level 0, you're not yet adventurers. Maybe you aspire to be one, like as a little kid. But you are just ordinary people who are beginning their journey. You don't need to worry about picking a class just yet, so don't think about that. So right now, this is just a time to like explore, grow into who your character will become. So right now, think about creating a character with room to grow and change. So start somewhere pretty low. And then my question for you is, anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. But yes, have the potential to like find your true power or lose your way, fall from grace, those type of stories, Think about how, like I said, Frodo already, or even like Smeagol. Like Smeagol started somewhere, and then he turned into Gollum. Like that was his journey. They both had journeys. Both had really good stories. Luke Skywalker started off as a moisture farmer. Harry Potter, we all know,
Yeah.
Under the Staircase, Katniss Everdeen, stuff like that. Or Mulan as well, where she started and then where she ended up. So stuff like that.
There we go.
There will also be this setting also has mechanics for boons. So you guys will get boons. They're mechanical rewards. It's for role play. And it's kind of like electric state, like whether you followed your flaw or your you remember how I asked at the end, did you follow your flaw or wait, was it only your flaw? Or something like that.
Flaw and dream, I think, is the two.
Did you act in accordance with your
According to-
flaw, and did you try to like achieve your dream?
Right. And then you like got stuff if you did. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like that. You will get boons. Like I'll hand them out. Like if you're just going along with what your character would do, like even if they're like a little coward or if they're shy or if they're super brave, like it's not always going to be because you did something cool and positive. It could be like, you just think about that. So you don't have to worry about like, oh, I have to be really cool to get a boon. Like, no, it's just being true to your character. And remember, characters don't always have to grow in a way that we usually associate with heroism. So you can become more skittish or more stubborn.
All right.
Just be annoying little kids. Not too annoying.
Will do.
So the boons that you will get, sometimes they'll be positive and help you out. Sometimes the boons are negative. So if you like kick a little kid, I might give you a negative boon. Or if you do like a selfish act, you'll get a boon that has to do with being selfish. So you can like take people's mechanical abilities or something during a fight. So
That's funny.
Damn.
and boons can be removed and or replaced. But it's like a fun little like a role play mechanic that I'll hand out and be like, oh, that was really cool.
All right.
I'm trying to think of like ways to hand them out because I don't want to be like above table, be like, and here's a boon. I want it to be like an NPC, like
A
laser hand
spirit
on
that
you.
pops up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That makes sense. Okay, so we can kick kids, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. We can. Like that is
Listen.
an option.
It is the first thing that came to my mind, so it must be true.
Yeah. I mean, all right. I'll keep that in mind. I'll write that down. Can kick kids
Kids. How do you spell kids again? K-I-D.
with a C.
Yeah. Lots of K's.
Lots of K's.
Okay, so the next question, like Arcturus was asking before about leveling up. Well, we're gonna have like a different, like a session 0.5 kind of when we get to the actual like adult arcs and stuff. But I want to know, what do you guys think should be our North Star for the children's arc? Like, what is the guiding question? Like, when we answer this question, we know that we've kind of like naturally came to a conclusion. Like, what should everybody? Should it be like, I've learned this, or I've changed in this way, or something like that? What is the North Star question?
Well, I feel like we could go. I don't know. We could try and follow a direction of like big fish in a small pond. You know, where like we reach a point where we're not powerful. We're not even adventurers yet, but we reach a point in our lives where we're like, what else is there? Like, this doesn't work anymore. This is no longer something that is comfortable, or maybe it is still comfortable and welcoming and safe, but maybe that's not what we're looking for anymore. Maybe we want something else. Maybe we want to see like what else is out there, and that's what pushes us to go somewhere else, you know? Like,
So the
I
question
achieved
of
everything
one-
that I could here.
Yeah. Okay. That's one. That's definitely one method for sure.
It's quite hard because obviously like we don't know each other's characters or like their wants, and so it's quite hard to like align them. But I think maybe like I don't know. I feel like maybe once there's a point in the story, or maybe a couple sessions after, of when they've fully established themselves as a group, that could like go.
That they have cohesion, kind of thing.
Yeah. But that's I mean it's a bit more abstract, but we'd all be hitting it at the same point, which might make it, I don't know, a bit easier to keep tabs on.
Yeah.
Oh, a kind of a goal that we're all.
Yeah.
Trying to
Oh,
Like one that we'd all reach at the same time.
Okay. Well,
That's
my
cool.
question is, because if you guys are all from different places, how does that work? I just
I
like,
have
hop
an idea
around?
for how it works.
Oh, okay.
Do my
Listen.
character.
But
okay.
real quick, Meg. I also had an idea. What if? Because I know John was like something about a city or something. Yeah, that could work. But if you guys are all from the same place, and then by the time you're adults, something happened to like split you guys up, and so
A
Okay,
dragon.
that's
a kraken or a dragon.
Yeah, but
that's one idea. But Meg, go ahead. We're spitballing here.
it's like to do with my character, but like I feel like she would very much be the sort of person to start like a club for like the village kids and stuff, just like a silly like they have a den and like they have like an aligned goal. So like her thing is that she wants to be the first pirate keeper. So it's like a mash of a history keeper and a pirate. And she's sort of like, to be a pirate you have to learn how to do things. So she's like started this like club and she's trying to recruit people from the village to like join her club. So she can like see what it's like to like be in charge of a crew or be in a crew.
There are clubs already.
Yeah, but like they're none
Like
that's like
factions.
focused on being pirate keepers. So
Oh, that's true.
All right.
True.
We could also try something along the lines of like, we have a life as kids, like we do whatever we do, like we are from wherever we are, and then like something happens that forces us into like a specific spot when we are older, like a specific job or specific situation
Right.
socially or whatever, and then our journey would be like trying to go back to that thing, like trying to get whatever it was that made us when we were younger, like we're trying to get that back. And that's what like leading us, not going from where we were before, a place of comfort and safety, towards the unknown, but being in the unknown and the dangers and the uncomfortable, trying to go back, you know?
I think okay.
Is
I'm
it like a
having
communal
trouble
gathering, like a festival? Like everybody comes from all around and gathers in one place, like a camp, and then
Yeah.
those fond memories draw people to that same location?
Exactly.
Is that... Oh, okay.
We find
like-
each other after years and like, you know.
Yes, that's what I was thinking for when we get to the adult arc.
Mm.
Okay, so in terms of like the North Star question, like how we know that this arc is complete. Okay, it's hard because it would just be easier if you guys were all from the same place.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then that
Or at
there's
least
that
grew up in the same place.
at least grew up in the same place. Because then there's like, oh, I remember
Sure.
you. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, and then people
yeah.
moved.
We can do that.
after, kind of
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah. Exactly. What place? I mean, there's the kind of basic one, which is Okiri Village, which is pretty small. And then maybe that's
Yeah.
like we all know each other. There's only like 500 people here.
Mm-hmm.
I want more. I want to be where the people.
Yeah, I feel like
People are.
I feel like Okiri
Yeah.
Village is probably the easiest because, like, in the nicest way, the other places sound more interesting. So if you wanted to like,
Oh yeah,
have, like, spice your
That's
background a
true,
bit, do
yeah.
you know what I mean? It's easier to then be like, it's a valid reason for them to like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, this is
I like
good.
that.
This is a good start. I think Okiri Village is like just because other places are more interesting doesn't mean that we're like
Yeah.
we're not like shooting down on this one.
No,
course
but like,
not, no.
it's the most sort of like,
But Yadaman is more interesting. It's like Tokyo versus like any like village on the outskirts of Japan.
yeah, it's like Okiri is like the sort of place where like it's familiar, like you've seen the tropes a lot, so you'll be
Yeah.
able to interact with it a lot better. It'll be a lot easier to.
For sure. Okay. So I'm gonna write that down. Everyone's from Okiri Village.
Or grew up in.
Nice.
Okay. Does that sound good, Seth?
Yep.
Okay. So what is the thing? What's the there's a word for it, like the spark or
The inciting incident.
There you go. Yes, the inciting incident that causes people to leave. That's how we know that it's like, okay, this arc is kind of complete.
Complete. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Is this do you want to answer this question after building out characters a little bit more? Do you think that would help?
Yeah.
maybe because we could either go we could either do something individual, like we all had our individual reasons for leaving, or we could do something like, oh, there was specific thing that happened and like we all had to leave, like
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
oh, it's a
I like where
village.
you had-
Maybe something affected the land or something, and for some reason they couldn't grow crops and stuff. Like people
Yeah.
couldn't live there anymore. So many families, like left, trying to,
Yeah.
waiting for the land to heal itself. All
Like
the families
sold.
pretty much just left. Yeah, like, oh, it's very hard to grow crops here. We can't stay here anymore. Like at least the big families and stuff. So most of the families left, trying to like find a different life anywhere else and wait until the land heals so we can go back.
And then maybe people
If we
just,
want to
like,
do something common, yeah.
Yeah, and then maybe people just like, oh, I like Yadaman or whatever. Like you get used to somewhere and you're like, or
Yeah.
and then maybe you return home and you're like, oh, I remember playing here.
Yes.
And all that nostalgic stuff.
Exactly. And maybe like during that time, while all the families left and like we're waiting until the land in the village, in the region, to heal, we kind of lost our reason to go back. So everyone just got stuck wherever they were until we all find each other again after years, and we're like,
Right.
oh boy. I don't know, but that would be like a common reason
Yeah.
like for all of us to leave. So maybe we would prefer to do something individual. I don't know. And then, I don't know.
No, this is good. Like, speak all the ideas out because then we can just build on them.
Maybe it's like a 1-by-1 situation because like I think from the timeline it's only been like 3 months since like in the lore I can't even remember it, but in the lore it's been like 3 months or something, or 3 years since there was the thing that fucked everything up. The thing that fucked everything up, and it's been like 3 months. So it
hasn't been long, yeah.
Yeah, so it could be like a gradual thing, like I don't know, like session 1 or whatever, like people are like just starting to talk about moving away, and more people start leaving as more and more sessions go on, to the point where it's like, I don't know, maybe like Arcturus's family is the first one to be like, yeah, we're moving away, and then like, you know, like, but it's like a gradual thing that goes through like episode by episode.
Yeah,
I get it. I like that.
And then Arcturus, you kind of just sit in the background while everybody's still in the village.
That's my only question.
Like we all end up leaving. We all end up leaving in the same episode.
Okay,
Maybe we come to the conclusion that our families are leaving. At different times.
Are you talking about the corruption, or?
I can't remember. I think so. It's been 3 months. That's all I know.
If you can find it specifically, let me know, because then I can look it up a little bit deeper.
We can also make something up, but like I like this idea of like something happened to the land, like a kind of corruption or something, whatever, and it's been going on for like 3 months, and life has been hard for all of these weeks, and the families are starting to talk and be like, hey, maybe we should all leave and stuff, you know?
Move out.
Yeah.
I mean, I think some will decide to stay, of course.
Yeah.
Of course,
But yeah, definitely.
Yes, I feel like, I mean, I'm kind of pulling from real life here. Whenever that happened in the past, like in villages and stuff, usually the people that left were like the families and the people that they couldn't help the land, like they couldn't help to like regrow anything. They had kids and stuff, so they left. And the people that stayed were like the old sages and the people like the men and stuff, able-bodied people to just help and like reconstruct everything, and they would wait some time, and then the other people would come back, and like the kids would be old and stuff. Like that happened in real life.
Oh, for sure.
It is the corruption. Yeah. But since the great earthquake and tsunami 3 months ago, there has been more chatter than usual.
Isn't that in a specific region though, or is it in the whole island?
I mean, you can extend it, right? It doesn't really.
I need to look at the map. No. Who says we can? I'm not saying we can't, but I was just thinking,
oh
like,
my gosh,
I know that was happening.
Up tremors. It's like oh, the land.
Oh yes.
But if it's an island, you know, like I feel like you'd feel the effects of that.
Yeah. No, it starts in one place. It starts in one region, and then it could be spreading.
Yeah.
Or maybe it happened like 3 months ago, and we're just receiving news of it now, and we're like, oh, that's why.
Because you're like a small village, so
yeah,
it gets to you a little bit slower.
Yeah.
Oh my God, is that the entirety of the campaign? Level 8.
I mean,
you guys are dealing with the corruption, just like, because that's a thing. It's a mystery. Nobody knows how that started.
Yeah, and we can also, and we can also like always follow the direction of like whatever that is, in a way that has nothing to do with us. And when our families decided to leave, that was that, and we kind of like just began pursuing lives elsewhere.
Yeah.
And that like it lost its purpose. Like it lost whatever. Like we had no reason to come back until now, you know. And whatever happened to the land and stuff, like it happened, and it went, like it ended, and like the land moved on, and we are the ones that are not moving on, and we're going back actually, because we did move on, but now we're going back.
Yeah.
You
could go back. Like, listen, there's no plot. Like, you can go back if you want. We could spend like an arc going back and helping out. Maybe like you guys left and you come back and you see that the village is still kind of has taken a hit or still needs help. You guys left, like, I don't know. We don't know how long it's been. That's another question about, like, because Studio Ghibli stories are usually about like young people. So you guys are adults. I don't know how old I want you guys to be. So, but that could be an interesting story. Like, I just watched Only Yesterday, and it's about like a 27-year-old who's like, thinking about the fond memories of her childhood, or there's like the loss of innocence or something like that. Or you could be like 18 years old and like trying to find your way, like Kiki, who's like the new witch and trying to find her way in the new city and stuff like that. So I was thinking about the ages of like, Studio Ghibli stuff is all about like children, trying to mature and learning, like adults looking down on them a little bit.
As always, yeah.
It's just also like because we're gonna have like different race, and there's gonna matures in a different rate as well. So like after 5-10 years, what is this? The frog, the Nakudama is gonna be much older, but like after 10 years, the elf is still gonna be like teenagers. So
They
it's just-
age.
it's just
I think
kind
they
of-
age.
No,
They age pretty normally.
Yeah, they're pretty like same as humans.
The
Yeah.
Dara is the one that's scary. It's like after a month, they're now adults, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
So I
Yes.
think, there you go. This has to take
Yeah.
place over a month.
No,
We
no,
got
that's what I
30
was
days,
saying.
people.
I was
Has
like,
to,
if
has to.
Arcturus, I literally thought you were gonna choose that, and I was like, I gotta tell him, because I was asking about your age. I was gonna ask about your age. I was like, you gotta be like 2 days old or something.
Yeah, it would be very much like the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's the day because you're not a child after about 30 days. So,
Mhm.
but
Damn.
Nakudama, you could stay young.
All right.
Okay, so the inciting incident. It sounds like I like that idea of leaving the village because the land is getting corrupted. But it's a slow corruption. It's like a slow creeping type thing. And we'll keep it that way. And who knows where the story could take us? It could take us to level 8, where the whole island is just, or something like that. Or you guys can figure it out at level 3. We'll see
Yeah,
where it
could
goes.
happen.
That could be interesting.
All right.
Okay, that sounds good. So is that's the North Star? Is that the land is getting?
Worse.
What's the question?
Yeah.
How do we make it a question?
Um,
And then once it's
I mean-
answered, we know that the arc is over. That's what I mean.
when we're still kids.
Yes, yeah.
Do we have reason to stay, or where else could we go?
North Star question. I like how to word
What could
like-
it just not be like? When do you / your families decide to leave Okojima?
Yeah.
And then when that's answered,
I kind of
Okay.
want.
Oh, Okiri Village.
Okiri Village. Sorry, yeah. When do you / your parents, I guess your families, or
Right.
whoever's
Oh,
responsible for you,
that's a
when
good
do
one.
they decide to leave? Like, what's the tipping point?
Yeah.
When?
And then once that's answered,
Then it's time.
yeah.
So
I
yeah.
kind of want to I kind of want to have something like the North Star, some things about the characters more than about the stories. Like it's something that our characters, some
I get
point
it,
that our
like-
character get to.
Oh yes, yeah.
I
rather
get that,
than,
but,
like, some
like,
point the story get to. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
because,
you're right,
because
thank
something
you.
happens that
Yeah,
then we end the art. Like the character get to a point, like some kind of point that we mature enough, or some point of like development in the characters, rather than like
Yeah.
some point in the stories. You know what I mean?
So
But that's-
is there any
that's-
way to tie that to the reason the families are leaving at the same time?
I mean, I'm trying to think of how a kid could dig his heels in. It's like, it's not dangerous. I'm gonna become the best
Well,
fisherman.
because they're
Like,
like
maybe-
little
maybe
kids.
they're
They're
like-
naive. They're naive.
But like maybe
They're
by that point or something, like I don't know, they're really good friends with someone, and their family like we're
Oh.
staying, you can stay with us, that sort of thing. I don't know. I feel like it's
Yeah.
a lot harder to do it by character because everyone's gonna do stuff at different rates. So one
we
person
could-
might have been like, okay, yeah, I've got it,
Yeah.
like I'm sorted now, and somebody else is like, well, I haven't spoken much, so I haven't had much,
Yes.
you know. And they're
I'm-
like,
I
right,
must be
start
strong
to
for
go.
my family and stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
with the land corruption, you could have it be like, oh, the kids and family are staying here. We'll send one parent to check out the new location to make sure that's not as awful as here, and then he'll
Well,
come back
yeah.
to get you, kind of thing. But again, that would just be an extension of time. I don't know. Because
Well-
as far as it,
Yeah, for the character, said what would be that question then for the character when you know that they're ready to move on from the village? And then also like this is the end of the children's arc.
I mean, you could change it to "Is your character ready to move?"
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
That is
Change
true.
it to that, and that's kind of like a mix of both.
Yeah, because then your character would have something they want to get fulfilled in the village, and it's like that's their reason for staying. And then if it is fulfilled, they know that they're good to leave. And
Oh, right.
That is true.
Yeah,
That makes
like
sense.
what's one thing your character
Yeah.
wants to do before you leave?
Before you leave. Oh, the question is, has your character fulfilled their goal before the families leave?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
There
it.
you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the North Star question. Has your character fulfilled their goal before the families leave? Okay. And then like the one that's kind of like in the background as well. When do all the families decide it's time to leave? That's one kind of like a little lower. It's a Northeast star.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, that sounds good. So, okay, let me write that down. What was the question? I know I just said it.
Oh my god.
When have you achieved? What have you
Your
accomplished? What you? Yes, have you accomplished your goal before the families decide to leave?
Decide to leave. Yep.
Okay. I like it. And thanks for the reminder, Sed, to keep you kind of like steered us back to thinking about the characters. Okay. And then like a secondary one is when do the families leave? But you guys don't have to think about that because you aren't the families. I am the families.
But that would like kind of
Yeah.
ensure that it all ties up at the same time.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
whether the character, I like it.
Perfect. Okay. Next question. We decided you're all from Okiri Village. That's where you're starting. We'll get more into like the adult stuff and where you're at now. That'll be another session. How do you guys all know each other? Is it just that the village is small and everybody knows each other?
At least in passing. Like,
Yeah.
we at least know each other's names.
It could be
Ooh.
just that, or we could have we could know each other for specific reasons through
Right.
specific interactions that we've had, and maybe that ties a little more to whatever we did at the village.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
that's
have some
blessed.
ideas. There is the Society of Young Stewards. It's basically Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. So it's like a
Yeah.
youth scouting organization across Obojima. It like teaches children about nature, stewardship, and good citizenship and like survival skills. So there's that. Or maybe you guys are trying to get to one of the sword schools, and those are a little bit, some are harder to get into than others, and some are only in one location. So maybe you're like, oh, that's why I want to go to Yadomon because they have the best sword school or something like that. So there's that too.
Oh, that's
Is-
nice.
Do you guys want to have like a specific thing that you kind of meet up for, or you guys just play together, as just one of the kids? Yeah, Seth.
Maybe sorry.
I want to have a sibling. Anyone here want to have a sibling?
Yay!
Hey.
Wait, what's your race though? Oh, you don't care. You said you would
I'm
adapt.
flexible. I'm flexible.
yeah.
That's why I'm like,
I like
John
the idea of
Lo-
having a sibling. Yeah,
Yeah, John loves having siblings.
yeah,
I just volunteered you.
yes. I had a daughter. Not a daughter. I had a sister once in a
Oh.
campaign.
You guys, he just let it slip.
Nope. I had a sister once in a campaign.
I
It
forgot
worked
her
out
name.
all right.
She's so
Yes.
unforgettable. I forgot her name.
No, I remember everything. It was Wagner and Jennifer. That's it.
Yeah. What was her favorite color?
Oh, I don't know. Blue, whatever.
It was
William
very
would
bland
know.
color. It was like off-white.
It was like
It was-
beige,
She
whatever.
literally just has a cream and grey house.
Cream.
It's just
Yeah.
it's cream.
It
and
was
grey.
Starbucks green or whatever.
Her favorite music was lo-fi jazz.
Okay, come on.
Okay,
I listened to that.
We gotta do a part 2 of that whole series. I love those characters. But anyway, wait, John, what's John's race?
Well, I was
Human,
thinking of
right?
being a human, but yeah, I'm also flexible. I can be whatever.
Okay. Listen, if we can't have 2 flexible people, because then I'll just choose the race for you.
I'll be human.
Okay. Okay, so Sed, sounds like you're a human.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how you guys know each other. Brothers. Twins.
Oh. Ooh.
Maybe. I like it.
Maybe,
What do you
yeah.
think?
Could be. Oh, we
Since
could like
I-
look similar but be completely different, like the way that we relate to and interact with the world around us. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me and Arcturus can be next door neighbors.
That'd be perfect.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Okay.
Or like we all live on the same street or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. We all live on the same street, but like
Like a village cul-de-sac almost.
Yeah. The village cul-de-sac. Okay. So I don't have your character's name yet. Sed, I'm just gonna write Sed and John are twin brothers. That's how they know each other. From the womb.
Hell yeah.
From the
Hell yeah.
Arcturus, Meg, neighbors. Say neighbors.
Yeah.
Anything else? Do you guys do anything else together other than just like hang out?
Maybe like we, or like not in the same group, but like we all walk to the, you know, the youth group thingy, the young steward thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we
Yeah.
all walk to that together, or we're in the same like group of students in one class or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a small village. It's probably
Yeah.
just all of the kids.
Because I imagine we're all
Yeah.
similar ages, so we're in like the same age group
Yeah, yeah.
together, so we walk to and from together.
Okay. So do you guys want to be a part of the Society of Young Stewards? Just to have like some, because I was looking up like, is there formal
Yes.
education? It's not really. It's all kind of like practical stuff. So they're teaching you like
Yeah.
how to farm.
It's like one
to-
teacher.
Yeah. And then like you do that for a few hours, and then like you might help out your dad farming or your mom like in the bakery or something like that. So
Yeah.
okay, I like it. Gives you guys something to like go to together. So you guys are all Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh boy. Again.
Get the badges.
The badges.
Oh boy. I was already a Boy Scout in real life.
Okay, so you got this.
Ah. Boy,
Um,
I hated it.
Oh.
No, I'm joking. I liked it. It was alright.
Okay. So now I'm going to go one by one. It sounds like John is the most ready, but I'm gonna go one by one and just start asking like character questions.
Oh.
Are you
Well.
ready? Or is anybody else who's more ready?
I've got a fairly cohesive character, I believe.
Okay.
What do you want to know?
Lay it on me. Well, let me open up my notes. No, it's not notes. Okay. Now, do you have a name for your character?
Beebee.
Huh?
Aww.
It fits the setting so well.
It does. Oh.
Yeah.
How old is she?
Well, I that's kind of a group thing. I feel like because if we wanted to go like
Right,
similar
yeah.
ages to be in the same, but I don't know. I was kind of picturing her between maybe like 8 and 12, potentially 14 as a younger. It depends what sort of age we all want to.
Yeah.
Jake.
Okay. Then in that case, what is everybody else thinking in terms of ages? Something under 16.
Yeah, the number that immediately came to my mind when you mentioned this system, like this scenario in general, was like 12.
Yeah,
Oh, I like it. Yeah.
12
Okay.
is good.
Okay. So are you guys all 12? Or maybe Arcturus, you're not.
He's a little younger because they're adults at 10. So I was thinking
Yeah.
like 3 or 5 years old. Like he's been around for a bit,
Yep.
but like,
Like mentally.
Yeah. Makes sense.
mentally he's close to them.
Okay. Let's make him 3. That kind of makes sense.
My Shayla.
Oh boy.
Ancestry, elf.
Yeah.
And we'll get into like what that grants you later. Background. Have you chosen a background?
So that's like how you're like what you're doing, right? Like,
Yeah, it's kind of like what you're doing on the side outside of the scouts.
So,
Obojima has the. Do you know them, or do you want me to?
I kind of have an idea. So I picked like Beebee is currently a fisher's apprentice, or trying to like she's sort of going like that's what she does in the afternoon. She helps out like with the fishermen and stuff, right? But like she's. It just says Fisher's on occupation or motivation. It just says Fisher's apprentice.
Oh, you know what? I'm looking at different ones. The book has different. You know what? No, that's fine. That's fine. Sorry. You're gonna have different backgrounds once you get to the adult campaign. That's what I was getting confused.
So she's like a Fisher's apprentice, but like she's trying to like split her time between that and history keepers because she wants to be the first pirate keeper. If not the first, the most famous, because like she's heard of like the islands and stuff, and like obviously they have the rivers and the lakes, and she's like it's gonna be this, but so much bigger. Like
I'm sorry, John, can you mute yourself real quick? What?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I'm getting some background. Thank you.
Yeah, so she's like, I'm gonna be the first pirate keeper. Like she has like I imagine like a little wooden sword. Like she's like buck-toothed. Not buck-toothed, gap-toothed. She has like a gap in her teeth. And she's like freckly, and she's just like
so cute.
And she's just like, yeah, man, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be like the first pirate keeper. And people are kind of like, so what's that? And she's like, you know, it's like being a pirate, but also writing things down and like learning about the world and all of this type stuff. But she's very like can't see beyond her nose. Like she's very like this is my dream, this is my goal, this is exactly what I want to do. So at the minute she's trying to convince her like teacher or whatever to let her do some time at the keepers as well. The keepers have said it's fine, but she needs permission from like the fisherman.
Okay.
And she's like trying to convince him that like she can do the work in less time. She'll do exactly everything that she needs to, but she also needs the time.
It sounds like she has like a one-track mind, and like no one can tell her that her goals aren't valid.
Yeah, she's very like, this is what I'm gonna do, like, and I will put in the work to like make it happen type thing. But she's very like friendly. It's like she's not like this is like a path of vengeance to get there or anything. She's just like, like you know that line from Euphoria that's like Maddie knew who she was at a very young age.
Oh God.
Beebee knew who she was at a very young age, and she knew that it was to be a pirate keeper. You know, like it's very
Euphoria couldn't be the furthest from Obojima.
I was thinking about it. I was like, that line is just very Beebee.
And determined, I'm gonna say she's determined.
Yeah, and so like obviously she's an elf, so she has human parents, but she has 2 human siblings as well. They're
2. Okay.
But like I don't know if this is kind of like later on maybe, but like because she's an elf, like her parents kind of like, you should look more into like being with the spirits and stuff, you know, like really like getting into your heritage, and maybe like the witches' covens could take you on type thing. But she's like, no, I'm a pirate keeper.
So her parents want her to be more in tune. Yeah,
but they want her to sort of like, they're like, but you could be so much more than a pirate keeper, you know.
So pirate keeper, aka pirate historian.
Yeah,
right?
It's basically just like a sailor, but to a 12-year-old, it's pirate keeper.
Okay, I like it. So yeah, 2 human parents, 2 human siblings. Yeah, your parents want you to be more in tune with the spirits. So they're like gently kind of prodding you.
Yeah, like they'll be like, what do you want to be when you grow up, Beebee? And she's like, a pirate keeper. And they're like, she'll grow out of it. You know, like she'll this is a phase.
It's just a phase.
But it's a phase that sort of lasted 2 years already. Like,
yeah.
You had to wait until she turned 12 before she could ask.
Yeah, she set her mind on it.
Yeah, man, like she knows.
I love it. So it sounds like family, 2 human siblings. Is that like older, younger?
Imagine they're both younger.
Oh, so maybe okay.
I don't know, maybe older. Maybe older's a bit more interesting. Because I feel like if they're younger, they won't be about much, you know?
You can have one younger, one older, doesn't matter.
Yeah, let's do one younger, one older. Why not? One of each.
Sure. Girl, boy.
Younger's a girl, older's a boy.
Okay, one older brother.
Yeah.
So do the middle child?
Yeah.
Sister.
Again? Come on.
Oh yeah, I was middle before.
Hey, she loves it. Do you now? How far do you want to like flesh out the family part? Because you could do that on your end and then send me the notes, or you can be like, "Hey, run wild with it."
run wild with it. Like I just sort of know. I haven't decided whether she's gonna have like a good relationship with her siblings or not, because I feel like yeah, I know elves are but she's still like the elf of the family, you know. Like there's still a bit of that, like whether or not they're like hot. I don't know. I feel like it's different as kids. You'll maybe see
it's not Euphoria. Look, everybody.
Yeah,
it's
like you'll
it's
see
nice.
it as I don't know. I feel like maybe it'll be that sort of thing where you sort of see the tone as kids, and then I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. So what is your goal? You remember how we have the North Star question?
Yeah.
What is your goal that you're trying to achieve at the end?
I feel like her goal is to be allowed to apprentice at both the History Keepers and the Fisherman Guild.
Oh, apprentice at both.
Yeah, so like she's trying to convince. So like the History Keepers have been like, yeah, that's okay. Like if you can find the time, sort of thing. Like, haha, you know, or like because they know the fisherman will say no. But she's like She's been trying to convince him maybe for like 2 months already at this point.
Oh, okay. And it's just to be allowed to. Like
yeah, it's
right now.
So she's like, I'll do all the same work as I did before, but I'll make it up in my own time. I'll put in like more hours. Like if you just let me have like Wednesday and Tuesday afternoons to go apprentice at the History Keepers.
So right now you're a fisherman's apprentice, but you want to become.
She's 50% of the way there.
Yeah, like it scratches the itch a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, so like she spends a lot of time in like the History Keepers like quarters and stuff, and she just sort of like goes there to help out rather than actually be apprentice there. But she's like trying to get it into like her official hours. So it's like on record that she's done both, you know.
Okay. So be allowed to apprentice to become a
History Keeper, but be a pirate keeper.
Okay. AK, I'm gonna say so I can understand. It's a pirate historian. That's just helping me out.
Yeah.
But who do you apprentice with to become that?
Just like the local, like the town fishermen, I imagine.
But you're already apprentice for them.
Yeah.
Your goal, okay.
But then she's trying to apprentice with the History Keepers. She needs the fisherman's permission to say yes.
Got it.
The History Keepers have said yes already. She just needs the fisherman to say yes, but he's holding out for some reason that she doesn't know.
Okay, I like it.
It's starting to get on her nerves because it's been 2 months already, and she's been such a good apprentice. So she doesn't understand why he won't say yes.
So you need permission from the historian of the village.
No, the fisherman. The History Keepers have said yes.
Because it's like it's taking time away, right? Like they're fishermen, and then they're like, oh well, if you go to be a historian, you can't help us fish. Like, why would you do that?
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah, and she's like, no, I can do both. You just have to trust me. Like, I'll put in the extra hours. I'll come in earlier, stay later, but like you have to let me have Tuesdays and Wednesday afternoons to apprentice at the History Keepers.
Got it. Okay, I got it. I think I was hearing a lot of the same words, so I was confused. Okay. Is there anything? Okay. Let me close that. There's a couple other questions. Okay, I mean, I feel like that's a good start. So you have a family. Do you have any friends or rivals?
I feel like maybe like Arcturus's characters maybe it would be like her best friend.
I was like looking at my notes and I was like, is a fisherman? And I was like,
yes!
I was like, that would be perfect. It's like,
yeah, so we're besties.
Catch more fish.
We're besties.
Okay. Bestie. Okay, I just got it. Do you have a character name for yours, Arcturus, or?
It's Bogo. That's why I was looking down at
Bogo?
my notes. And I was like, what's going on?
Beebee and Bogo? Gosh.
It has an even better ring to it than fucking Millicent and Pom Pom.
My character's name is Bada Boom.
No.
I'm Balabing and he's
Come.
Balaboom.
No.
Yeah, there you go.
He's Abra and I'm Kadabra. And together,
We are Alakazam.
Alakazam. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay. Okay, I already asked you, what does your character want at this point in their life? It's to become a pirate's keeper.
Mhm.
Who do they look up to, admire, or envy?
The main history keeper. Like that's power right there. That's
power,
intelligence.
baby.
That's power. That's an adult. That's an adult. You know.
Okay, I like it. What's something that they're curious about that they don't fully understand yet?
Maybe like part of their heritage. Like obviously, like it's known that elves are more in tune with the spirits, but like she's kind of not scared, but like, oh, this makes me different. Like if I lean into this, like I have to accept that I am like different to my family.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Does she understand that there's like other elves in the village as well? Maybe talk to them. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe like it's been on her mind. Like I should maybe speak to someone who is an elf about this. But again, it's more like if she starts looking into it and like asking about it, she's just admitting to herself that she's not like the rest of her family, and she wants to be, you know, like she's like I can just ignore it for a little while.
Want to be more like her family, who are human.
Yeah, like she's just like under the illusion that she can just ignore the elven like
I like it because, you know, she's 12 years old, and this is a good place to start. She's not thinking like an adult. Like, hey, maybe I should look into this more about who I am on the inside. No, she's 12 and she wants to be a pirate keeper. She is basically like ignoring the elven side of her.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything you hope to learn or accomplish? But that is to become. Well, that's to be allowed to be.
Yeah.
But everybody's leaving.
Yeah, and so she kind of needs this written permission before we skedaddle out of here because she's put the work in already.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
So she needs it now before we leave because she's gonna have to start again in her convincing methods if they go, you know, to another town or whatever. That's what she pictures in her 12-year-old mind. They'll just go to another town with another history keeper and another fisherman. So she's like, this has to be done now. So I have written permission to both people when I get to this new place.
Okay. I like it. So that sounds about good for Beebee.
Beebee. Is that like with the B or with the P's?
B's. Like, wait, Bravo. B for Bravo.
Okay.
I was like, do I remember phonetic alphabet?
Okay. And then... So, who wants to go next? Raise your hand.
I mean,
I would go after John.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Okay.
You on the spot.
John is up.
E.
Okay, so we got, what is your character's name?
Okay, so my character's name is Mako.
How do you spell that?
Mako. Mako.
Mako from Korra, Legend of Korra.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and he is, how old is he?
He's 12. 12-ish.
12. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are on the cusp of 13.
Yeah.
What's his personality like?
Well, I feel like he is curious, and I imagine him as being like you know that person who wants to interact with people but doesn't know how to, or at least is always scared of doing it wrong, as if it was something that you can either succeed or fail at, you know?
So he's
Which
socially
you can,
awkward.
very much so. Yeah. And it's not like he doesn't like he's not like standing in his corner and not wanting to talk to anyone. He does want to interact, but sometimes he just fails at it. Poor guy. But yeah, at least that's part of what I had imagined. Like he's better at talking. This is something specific that I mentioned that I thought about for him is that he's great at communicating when he's not in like face to face, so I imagine him as like, if you're like face to face with him, he has a hard time looking in your eyes and like talking, but give him a pencil and paper and he can write down his feelings perfectly. He can write about it. He likes writing about it. He likes that kind of way of communication. And I imagine even like in school or stuff, again, I don't remember exactly how that were like, if there's only one school at the village or something, but I imagine that he would have trouble at school sometimes, like doing the work, writing the text and stuff. But he would ask the teacher if he could like present, like do all the projects and stuff, only like him and the teacher, and he would ask the teacher to turn away, to like face the other direction, so he could just like explain everything, like do the whole thing without the pressure, because he just somehow didn't feel good with the direct, like under the lights, Hi, Beebee.
Okay.
What's up?
So it's like,
oh, nice.
There's no formal education, but it's like it's like getting everybody ready for like practical work.
Yeah. Okay.
So in the stewardship, they would be teaching you, like they'd be taking you guys out to the forest and learning how to scavenge and learning how to search for, potion brewing and all that good stuff. So that's what they would be teaching you.
And he would love to like go gather stuff in the woods.
Yeah. Okay. So the background. Do you have a background for him?
I don't have a background for him because I thought about this character completely narratively. So I don't know exactly how, like, which background would fit. And again, now I have a brother, so I don't know how much of it I'll have to change. But I don't know.
Maybe we can like play through the background.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll play through it and see how that works. So the next question is, do you have a family?
Well, now I do. My original idea was for him to either be an orphan or be from a poor family. Hey, man, I have another option as well: an orphan or being from a like a poor-ish family or something, or whatever social situation where he had to like start working from an early age, like heavily helping his parents and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, you can still be both, orphans.
Yeah.
Oh, I think John, for whatever reason, I think your mic is like picking us up. That's what
it's. Yeah, I don't know. Like, can you hear yourself or something?
Yeah, but it sounds like muffled.
Oh,
like you're underwater.
Oh, why? What the hell? Wait a
Maybe
second.
try to leave and come back. I don't know. But yeah, like Obojima's not like.
Okay, should be better.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay. But Obojima's like, it doesn't have like those kind of societal issues of like homeless people or poor per se.
Yeah.
It's very much about community. Everybody's helping each other out. You could just be like kids whose parents have them constantly working, like out on the field, or like there's dragon sheep farmers and stuff like that. So
maybe your parents need you to help them with their work, so you can't apprentice somewhere that you want to.
Yeah, could be something like that. I imagine as like his parents are always not struggling, but they are always working to keep the little that they have. And the most important thing that I thought for him, like in his youth, is that he, like the family, they don't eat very well. They eat what they have, which is not a lot. It's not very like exquisite. It's just very basic, plain food. and sometimes he would even go without eating so he could like leave some food for his brother or for his mom or stuff, and like he would pretend that he had his share to and like pretty much lie so the others would have some. The most important,
yeah. Okay, well, my question to you: how important is this kind of being down on your luck type character? Because like the community would feed you guys. You guys are fed. You have food. There's no lack. If that makes sense.
No. That is the hook for like that is important, because him experiencing like hunger or a lack of proper food has taught him to appreciate the importance of a meal, which leads him to, and that's the part that I thought about, him eventually meeting like a guy, a cook at the village or something, a guy that came a while ago who just, I don't know, set up like a whole stand or something, and he started like selling food, and he wanted to like learn from that guy, an apprentice, as like, and start working like cooking.
Yeah. Maybe because of the corruption, the crops are actually getting affected a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe it starts with your guy.
Could be that. Yeah.
Do you guys want to be farmers? Maybe because then
I like that.
You guys are trying to help out the village, and the corruption is slowly creeping in. Maybe it's starting at your farm.
Yeah.
And so you guys are like, not able to produce as much as you usually do.
Yes, either for selling or for personal consumption.
Right.
And eventually he meets this guy, and like this old guy who came from far away, and he just starts making food with what the people have, and I'm like, yo, I want to learn from that guy. Like, this is good, this is amazing. Like, he makes amazing food using whatever he finds, and I like that, and he wants to learn from that.
Okay, I like it.
Want to be a cook.
Okay. Do you have any friends or rivals?
I hope I have some friends. I feel like he would be very close to his brother. He would care about his brother a lot. And I feel like the only people that he would only be friends with some people at the scouts thing, because he does not have the energy to be friends with a lot of people at once. That's a lot. That sounds stressful. But a couple of people he would talk to.
Okay, maybe Beebee and Bogo.
No, not them. Yes, of course.
I feel like Beebee's so loud that it just terrifies him anytime she's around.
Grabs his face, forces him to look at her in the eyes.
Why don't you talk?
Beebee is also like the perfect friend to have like in a group, because she talks so he doesn't have to, or at least he would sometimes step back and let her do the thing, and use whatever she's talking about as a hook to start engaging in the conversation as well. Because she draws more attention when she speaks, so people look at her. That's amazing, and I'll take that to like participate, but not being in the spotlight. Okay,
but there's gonna be moments when Beebee's not around,
and he's just gonna do it.
I'm writing that down. That's a little hook for me.
Yeah,
he likes to hide behind Beebee, but
he's not good at it, but he tries.
Okay. This is good stuff you guys are giving me. So it's hitting their farm first, so they're not producing as much.
Yeah.
And so there's a little bit of a lack. It's not something that's like devastating, but you guys are starting to notice. Like, hey, we had like this many bushels last season, and now it's like it's 10 instead of the 15 that we usually produce or something, slowly but surely.
Yeah. And now we're having to eat like plain food, like just potatoes again.
Okay.
All the
British
spice,
breakfast.
Beans.
Yeah,
I fucking knew
Just
you were gonna say something.
beans and toast.
Beans and toast.
Bean and toast.
Not again, Mom.
Not
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, we asked like, oh, what seasonings do we have? And they're like, oh, we have salt. Yeah, what else? Yeah, salt. That's
Salt.
it.
And for some
Ugh.
reason, the garlic is not growing.
Yeah, it's
no
not
garlic,
working.
no pepper,
No.
no.
And-
Just salt.
Okay. Hey, I'll take salt over nothing at all.
Yeah.
Play. So a quick question though for Said, what is your name? Because I need to. I'm writing it down for his
Oh.
notes. His
Ooh,
brother's name.
I'm gonna go with Maki.
You guys,
Hey,
it's,
Mako and Maki.
it's too close. Okay, I'm
That's
writing it down.
incredible. That's amazing.
Bada
See, that's-
bing, bada boom. Yeah.
You guys, Maki, Mako, Bobo, and Beebee. You guys are listen. This is a long campaign. This is full length, you guys.
His name isn't
Yeah.
Bobo.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just saying this is full length
I
campaign.
don't know what you're talking about. That sounds pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's exactly like
Yeah,
having Phil and Lil from the Rugrats.
Oh God.
Yeah.
But Max
This is
is
like
Yes,
when my
Mako,
mom,
Maki,
my mom
Bobo,
named
and
my
Beebee.
brother. My mom named my brother Cyrus and Silas, and I go, "Why do you hate us?
Mm.
Why do you do this?"
You have like personal beef.
Oh,
with
boy.
some-
Like,
Yeah.
This one letter off, Mom. Thank you. Okay, Maki. So I'm spelling it Maki. Yes.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good.
No, imagine it spelled completely different.
2K. Very close with his brother Maki. Friends with Beebee and Bogo. What does your character want at this point in their life?
Oh, right now, I mean,
And remember, you
he's
guys
aware
are,
of
you
all
guys are
the.
12. You guys are 12 years old.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
And your 12-year-old boy probably going through like puberty
Yeah.
or something. Your bones are growing
boy.
weird. So you know.
Oh
boy. Hey, this is Obojima, okay? Keep it PG.
yeah. I imagine that. Yeah, I imagine that right now, what he wants is to. He knows like of this recipe book that the old guy has, which is where the old guy gets all of the like weird and interesting recipes from, and he wants to learn from that, or maybe like get it for himself, maybe.
Oh, can the chef be from
I guess that. Yeah,
Can
sorry.
the chef be from Yadaman? Like the Tokyo
Yeah.
of this world? Okay. Yeah, I like that. Maybe he wanted, I'll flesh him out, but maybe he wanted a quieter life or something, and you're like, whoa, this big city guy, he has all these new tools I haven't seen,
Yeah, we get you.
Oh wait, I can't hear him.
I cannot hear him.
Oh.
He's gone.
I told you it happens.
I'm not
I
crazy.
I can only see Meg and Arturus.
Okay,
there you go.
There you go.
I didn't do anything. You just. Yeah, I didn't do anything. You just disappeared.
Yep. I'm with you. Don't worry. You're not crazy.
Okay, I'm not crazy.
What happened?
It's not just
I
me.
cannot hear him.
It just
Hey,
happened. Like
Me and Seth are like,
oh,
what's...
Okay.
I
Okay.
can't see Sed. He's not here.
Can you hear my
Okay.
ear, John?
I can hear and see Arturus, Meg, and Maya, but not
My ear
Sed.
can't hear you.
I can hear him now.
Oh, you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, never mind. Ignore me.
So this
Anyway.
has happened before.
Okay. Let me get out
Okay.
and get in back in.
So
real
the
quick.
chef, I was thinking the chef is from Yadaman. He's coming over. He has like these
Yeah.
cool new tools and maybe tech, because
Yeah.
it's like first age technology. He might have like a Game Boy or something. And you guys are like, whoa.
That's what
That's
his
nice.
recipe's on. His recipe's on the Game Boy.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
it's a cartridge. He just slots
Uh-huh.
in.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I love
Amazing.
that. Oh, Meg, that was perfect.
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
Gold
Oh, I can see
star.
Sed now.
Woo!
There you go.
The gang back together.
Yeah, I imagine
Magical
that
in
the two people that Mako has no problems talking to for some reason, he doesn't get anxious at all, are
Yeah.
his friend Maki, his brother, sorry, Maki, and this old guy. For some reason, he doesn't get anxious around this old guy, and he would sometimes just come out and say like, "Hey, so you're pretty old, right? Would you give me your recipe book when you die?" Or
He's
something like, "Hey,
33.
yeah, like you're like very ancient and old, decrepit. Could you maybe give me your recipe book when you die?"
Oh my gosh, you decrepit. Calm down.
Yeah, yeah. He would just come out and say a bunch of shit that like maybe it's for the best that he's anxious and he doesn't talk much.
This is the real Mako coming out. Okay. I like it. So do you want to flesh out the chef a little bit more, or do you want you throwing it my way?
I trust you, and I kind of like the idea of not fleshing him out too much because Mako also doesn't know that much about the guy. But I just imagine him as like this old, like fat guy. He has a big smile and maybe a long beard, and
He's Santa.
he's Santa Claus.
You just described Santa Claus.
Yes, he's Santa the Claus. Yeah, I don't know, but nothing too specific.
Keep it vague and simple. Well, for you, I got to do stuff on my end for the NPC, but I like where we're headed. Wanted a simple life.
I think it would be cool if he like didn't look like a cook. Maybe he's like strong and maybe he looks like he could be a lumberjack, but he's actually like a cook and he just cooks food and stuff.
Gosh.
I don't know.
I know what he can be.
He looks one way, but yeah.
He could be a berserker, aka a barbarian, because the subclass here is a belly.
The belly full. It's like the belly.
Oh,
full.
Yes.
Yeah.
There
They
you
brew
go.
potions and stuff. Like his potions are like his sauces and all that stuff.
That's so sick.
Damn, that's
I
awesome.
like it. Okay.
The
There you go. I like it. I like
really
it.
good
Yeah,
on this.
that's nice.
They're really like.
He looks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he has, like,
I need to check them
tattoos.
out later because like I didn't see all of them. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like tall, strong, has tattoos. He's got like, but he's strong like Thor from the God of War games.
Exactly,
Strong.
yeah,
Not like Chris Hemsworth. He's actually a strong guy.
Thor
and
did get
he's
fat,
like
though.
has a long beard and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But like that's like real strength, And he has scars and stuff. He's all looks like a guy who's been through stuff, But he's just a nice cook, and he's always smiling, and
I'm gonna say he looks strong and like mean, and then you start talking to him, and he's like happy. He's laughing.
Yeah.
He picks people up. He picks up like little old women, kisses them on the mouth.
Yes,
Yeah, like
exactly.
I'm
maybe
loving
he
it.
have
just
like
because-
a big scar in his face and tattoo, but then he's like super nice.
Extra
Yeah. Yeah, just because you guys mentioned Santa Claus, I just imagined the Santa Claus from the Guardians movie.
Yeah, I think you just no.
Oh my gosh.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, the pirate Santa Claus.
Okay, like it. Okay.
Yeah,
That is.
and
the
I don't know his
NPC
name.
that-
Yeah.
Oh well, we'll figure it out. But yeah, that is the NPC that you have contributed to the story. Meg gave me the historian. So thank you for that. I asked you, what does your character want at this point in their life, or like what's their goal, and that is to, before you leave, what's that goal? Just in
He
one
wants that
line.
recipe book.
Oh,
Gotta get the recipe book.
wow. Okay, that one's gonna be a tough one
Yeah,
because the recipe book, as you know, is the Game Boy.
yeah.
I love that.
Oh,
I love
boy.
that. That was such a good idea, Meg.
Yeah.
Oh
Because
boy,
no,
I
it's
love
perfect.
it.
It's a perfect kind of like whimsical stuff that happens here, like because
Yeah.
like spirits are the ones that power, like the 80s tech here, and so that was perfect.
Yeah. There's like two sides of it. On one side, he wants to get the book just for the lulz, but also because he actually like wants to learn all of the recipes, and he feels like he can better help his family and stuff. Especially, like, I don't know if Sed's okay with it, but like I imagine Mako has been a little older. And even if like it's just a couple of weeks older, he feels like this sense of like I must protect my family and my brother. And he feels like with this recipe book, I can like help us out when we leave the village because I feel like it's coming. We can't grow crops. Like stuff's happening. Parents are talking about stuff. I feel like whatever's coming next, with this I may be able to help us.
Yeah.
Okay. And well, if you're twins born on the same day, maybe you're like an hour older, and you kind of hold that over his head. You're like, okay,
like a
little
minute.
brother.
Yeah.
It's not long. Is a twin brother, his parents. I'll say that Mako is. How much older do you want to be? Like
a couple hours, yeah, maybe.
a couple. Sheesh.
It would be. It would
Your
be
mom was in
comical
labor
if it was
for-
like,
Mom is
yeah,
Remember, she's
Poor
in
mom.
labor for a second, so.
yeah. Can it be like an hour or a couple of minutes? I don't know.
It's half
Okay,
an
we'll
hour.
You'll do 30 minutes older.
Yeah, half an hour. There you go.
Okay. So who do they look up to, admire, or envy? I was gonna say the chef. Sounds like.
Yeah, chef.
Okay.
And also admire. Well, I don't know about Arcturus' character yet, but BB, BB's ability to just talk, is also. I don't know. It inspires him in a way, or like
Okay.
he's a little envious of that. He's like, I wish I could do that. Being a person.
Being
So-
a person. Oh.
I love it. I love it. It's like a little awkward, gangly 12-year-old. He's like
Yeah.
growing into himself.
He can write.
He's a writer.
Yeah.
What's something they're curious about but don't fully understand yet?
Good question.
I can come back to
Yeah. Curious about it. Well, come back to me later. I'll think of it. I'll think of something. I don't know.
you. Okay. Yeah, I'll come back to you. We're gonna get to Maki, who's also 12. He,
I mean, it's like, Arcturus, you want to go first?
oh wait, do you want more time to think, Sed?
No, not really. Like, I just want to know the
Oh,
other
Sed
people
likes to sit back and like.
No, because like
he's
it's,
interested.
it's because like one of my ideas is also the cook. So like when I get other people to go first, I know that like which option that I should go for.
Got
Because
it.
like before John's, I was also thinking about being a cook, like a cook apprentice, but so that's why I
Oh,
want
wow.
to
Ooh.
go after people. And
There could be some type of like sibling rivalry.
Hey,
that's
maybe.
good word.
Think about it. Okay, so I will go to Bogo then, who is a Nakudama.
Awesome.
Yes,
Yep.
Nakudama. So then you do speak Naku.
Yes.
I love that.
Naku.
And I believe, Meg, you speak Common and maybe Torum, which is a spirit language. But I would look in the book at what elves can speak.
She hears people talking and she puts her hand over his.
Yeah. I believe I would double check that, Meg, because then that
Yeah.
would actually help me. Do you have a background for him?
Yes, he's an aspiring fisherman, but he's horrible at fishing. It's something he's very curious about, but just does not understand. He's kind of very like that lackadaisical kind of laziness, so he's very unfocused. So as he tries to fish, he can't really catch things, to his frustration.
Oh wow, a frog that is not good in the water. That is funny. Well, tell me a bit about his personality as well. What's he like?
Definitely.
You remember he's 3, so he's very in his young phase. So what is he like then, you think?
Definitely spacey, kind of looking at all the bright and shiny things. He carries around a thing of soap to blow bubbles when he gets bored. So definitely
Okay.
see that kind of unfocused personality. And so that's kind of what hinders him while he's doing that fishing apprenticeship. Because he's not very much paying attention to what's being told.
He's like
also-
fishing one direction and BB like pulls his line back over.
Yeah, he's like, obviously, like, he's like, oh, they put it in the water, fish comes out. I don't need anything more. So he like puts the head fisherman on a pedestal because they're like catching fish like no other. And So
Yeah.
he's like, that's what I want to be.
Oh my gosh. Unfocused personality. I like it. Anything else about him?
I would say, his folks. His dad's a tailor. His mom's a baker, and so he has two other. Oh, sorry.
Right. Okay. Go. Do they have parents? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I know they're like eggs at first or something. I forgot how they're made.
Yeah.
Huh?
Does
Well,
the
when two birds love each
like,
other very much.
Does the mom lay eggs? How does that work?
I think they lay egg, but they do have like family.
Right. Okay. Let me look there because there's one race that kind of like adopts people. I think it's the Dara.
The Dara, yeah.
Yeah, they kind of just like adopt people to be their parents. They'll be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
are you my mom?"
But it's so cute.
Imprinting.
Are you my dad?
Are you my dad? Nakudama, born. I'm gonna say, do they have parents? Hold on, let me just ask the chat. They're originated from the Nakudama queen, Okumi. I don't know. Where families hatch their young.
Yeah.
There's a specific place where they go to be hatched.
Oh.
But yeah,
Or maybe they hatched him, like they live there, and then they're like, "Oh, it's hatching time," so they make the journey to the hatching place, and then they just come back with.
they come back.
They just come
Yeah.
back with their babies.
They reach adulthood
but-
by 10. Learn how to walk
My
and
folks
swim in
just go to
shallow
the
water.
hatching place, and then bring back my siblings. It's fine.
We'll be right back,
And
son.
you had to stay at the neighbor's house whilst they went to go hatch your other siblings.
Oh, that maybe you stay at Beebee's house.
You stay at my house whenever you have more siblings.
Okay. Midwives in attendance carefully monitor the waters where the eggs placed in niches. I don't know. So they
Niches?
reproduce by laying eggs, and they have family units that care for their young in the early stages of life. So you have a family unit.
Yeah, grandparents are over near the hatching grounds. My siblings.
Grandmother's the midwife. Okay, so you do have family. I don't know if it's a traditional mother and father. I mean, yeah, your mother laid
Why
eggs.
not?
Yeah. So father is a tailor.
And then the mother's a baker, and I have two siblings who kind of reflect that position, and so he kind of thought of himself as the older sibling. He's like, I'm going to go a different route. Try this fishing thing.
Are you the oldest?
Yeah, yeah, I think that would be good. Especially
Okay.
with the whole bit of going to Beebee's house every so often.
And like, I imagine like it takes. I imagine like they're there for like a few weeks, like hatching, you know, because it's like a family. Like there's like a whole unit up there, so it's like a few weeks each time you have a sibling that you stay at Beebee's house.
I imagine there's a lot of them, right? Don't they? They have like
Please have like a million.
Oh, okay, I can go with that.
Siblings.
Yeah, let's,
I mean, it
let's go with
depends.
the
Do the
baker's
parents have
dozen.
TV?
Like every 3 months, you're staying at mine for a week.
Speaking of, I'm at Beebe's.
Don't your parents have a TV or something? Jeez.
No, that's why there's so many kids. There's nothing else to do.
And like, because it's a
Damn.
community, like each house takes like a different one of the kids for the week that they're gone.
Should all the kids' names start with a B or
Yes.
end with the O sound? Okay, so okay, give me the number. How many siblings do you have?
I would say baker's dozen. Just so he's the odd one out and they have an even split between the two businesses.
Jesus.
I like this.
Bobo,
I like
Bogo.
Wait, what's the
Bono.
biggest dozen? Isn't it 11 or 12?
It'd be 13.
Oh,
Like, you get an
13.
extra one.
13.
There's bingo, there's bongo, there's bingo.
My
Bongo.
God. All of them
Bilbo.
start with the B, right? All the kids' names start. We'll get to it with a B. Okay, and you're the oldest. Oof, I don't even want to get into what all the kids are doing. They're all scouts, okay, and they're younger than you, and they're crazy, okay. So do you have any friends? I know Beebee is one.
Yep, I have friends with Beebee. I think it'd be very much trying to be friends with the older fisherman, which doesn't work as well. And then I don't know how much the steward. Trying to think of who else. I guess maybe like a tackle shop, like the owner of a tackle shop, because he's so bad at fishing he loses his rod or his reel or like different little attachments, and so he has to go there.
I love that he's so bad at fishing, and you would think that a Nakudama would be good. Okay, okay, friends with the owner of the tackle shop. Okay. What does your character want at this point in their life? What is they're trying to achieve before the end of this arc?
What he wants to achieve is to catch like this very rare luminescent fish that only comes out at night. And so like he has no chance, but he's like his biggest dream, because he's heard the other sailors talk about like catching leviathans and these big fish, and he's like, well, I could maybe I can't catch big fish in that time, but maybe I can catch the rarest and be known as the great Bogo who caught this fish.
Okay, I like it. And that's okay, so that's when you know you're ready to leave. Yep, okay. I've done it, Ma.
I got it.
It's the size of a guppy. I'm wondering how hard I should make this story.
It's just a shiny like boot. And he's like, I've got it.
There's a spirit in the boot. Okay. Who do they look up to, admire, or envy?
Definitely envy a little bit of Beebee, just because they're pretty good at fishing, and then they're learning to be a historian on the side too.
She's my overachiever.
There's a little bit of that. And then who he puts on a pedestal is the head fisherman, just because like it goes so easily for them. He's just like wonderstruck. He's like, I could be that.
Yeah.
That's so funny as well, because he's like my enemy at the moment.
Because he won't say yes to you.
So it's just them two arguing over whether he's actually good or not.
I think it'd be interesting if Bogo's like defending him. He's like,
yeah, Bogo's like defending him. Like Beebe's like, he didn't do it again, and I don't understand, and he sucks. Like, that's no way to speak about
our captain.
Yeah.
You're like, we're not on a ship.
Yeah, we're on the dock.
We've never seen a ship. we live next to a lake.
It's like the fish just come to his net.
What's something they're curious about but don't fully understand?
I know I've said fishing a lot. That is one. Something he's curious about. That I guess it would definitely be seafaring. Just because they're in a small village, they're kind of fishing off the coast and grabbing stuff. So he's kind of curious on how you'd set that up on a boat, and like how deep sea fishing works.
I got it all planned out, don't worry. I will show you how.
Because your village is actually like, it's quite small. You've probably never been to the sea, but you've heard of it. Like the fishermen, they talk about it, like maybe back in the day, like back in the old days when I was your age, you know. And so you grew up listening to those stories, and you're like, oh, I want to go to the, like, you know, maybe there's one person who's talking about like they've been inside of what's the thing in the water that's in the ship that's in the water that's under the water? What is it called
Submarine?
again?
The submarine?
Yes, submarine. So you've heard about
Okay.
a special submarine, and you're like, oh wow, you can breathe underwater. Well, you can breathe. Wait, you're a frog, actually.
Oh yeah, he can.
I feel like
But that's still like
Yeah,
amazing to him. That it's like technology, and everyone's like, but you can just breathe, and he's like, but it's not inside the submarine.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
but
not
the
moving
submarine
that
can breathe
fast.
for everyone.
I can dive deeper than most frogs.
Okay.
It's not the same.
I like it. So like I put down seafaring, boating, and like deep sea fishing and everything that has to do with that. Okay. This is giving me ideas of where you guys could go as adults. That would make sense. Like you probably would go to like a village that's on the water. or something like
Yeah,
that.
because I was thinking as an adult, he'd want to catch like a legendary fish. It's like everybody's talked about this mysterious leviathan. He's like,
They
I'm
don't
gonna
even know
catch
if it
that.
really exists.
Yeah. Oh, I like it.
It's the
Okay.
size of a village. It's like I'm gonna catch that.
Okay, that's cool. I like it. Okay. Last but not least, Maki.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's narrowed it down for me because honestly, no
Yeah.
jokes. I was also thinking about playing a fisherman,
what do you
and
think, you
also like
guys?
a very unfocused one. Is just cast the line and just like let your mind drift it, and then at the end of the day, you didn't get any fish, and like okay.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening here.
Okay.
Okay, so first question: what is his personality like?
I would say that he's kind of also not exactly the same with Mako, but he's a little bit also a little bit like not very talkative and not very socially good with communications. But I would go with the direction that he's a little bit like a book smart.
Okay.
He's like readings. He's quite smart. Um, but not very good at like word and communications.
It sounds like you're creating your brother.
What do you mean?
Because he said the same thing. He literally said the same thing.
Okay.
I mean, you could be that way too. But here's the thing: I also don't want you guys to. I don't want the group to be quiet and everybody to.
Yeah, I know,
be-
I know, I know, I
You
know.
know what I mean? So
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean, yes, you can be awkward, but still be engaged with the story and what's going on. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not gonna be like I'm so shy. I don't speak, and I speak very like quiet. And it's not that bad. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
he's smart, but like, he's not very good at conveying what he's mean, and then like being charming and all that.
Okay. You guys are both just awkward 12-year-olds. Sounds like.
Yeah.
Farmers'
Yeah.
kids.
But as
But,
you guys get older, who knows what you guys will be like? I think one person should do a big 180.
Well,
I think
people-
it's-
that's
I
what I
think
was
it's pretty
thinking. Yeah,
I think it's pretty cool that they both start out quite similar. Because then, like,
yeah.
what if they're like completely different as adults?
I was thinking of doing
Yeah.
a complete 180. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I was like bouncing off from John ideas. I would say like just because Marcos were born like half an hour earlier,
Yeah.
and somehow he's kind of like take a kind of like older brother's kind of bro,
Yeah.
and is the one is more like responsible within the families.
Okay.
And then Maki is a little bit like more like not as responsible as him, and then the family is like we are farmers, and then our parents like risk like I guess like at the start of the campaigns, like the corruption is starting to get into the farm,
Yeah.
and then my parent is getting more busy with the farm, and then Mako is gonna be like more responsible and trying to fix the situations and then trying to help the families.
Yeah.
And Maki is like not really there's nothing he can do. He doesn't really can do anything to
Yeah.
help, and he's more like just like hang back and just help with whatever he can, and let Mako to be the one to be more responsible.
Okay. I like these little things like you know how when you're like for example like when you're dating someone and they have like cute little quirks and then you live with them and it's 2 years later and I'm like I thought you leaving your socks around was cute. I hate you now because of you're like
Yeah. Now
you're
I
like,
cannot bear it.
I cannot stand that. I thought it was cute when you like chewed with your mouth open or something and now it's 2 years later like I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up. But I like that little stuff where it's like it's planting the seeds of you being less responsible. And then as you get older, what does that like sprout into?
Yeah.
Like what does that because if it goes unchecked, people can turn into like a whole bunch of stuff. So like if your parents are busy and they're like Mako, just take care of it. Like always leaving it on Mako
Mm.
because they're so busy and they're not really paying attention. And what that leads to, I think, what you guys turned out to be as adults is going to be really interesting.
Elon Musk.
Oh,
God.
no.
Oh
Oh
God.
God! Oh God! He turns into the BBG of the campaign.
Oh god. Yeah. The ultimate evil. I told you.
And there we go, bringing it back.
There we go. There we go, folks.
Okay. So it sounds like you said he's like book smart, likes reading, also not the best talker, a little quiet. Let's Mako take the responsibility. So that's like the biggest differences is that Mako's just a little bit more responsible, and you're.
Yeah.
Are you lazier? Maybe.
Not lazy. I was thinking something like he's super interested in like engineering and mechanical.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
So
not something that his family does.
yeah.
So that's why
So-
he's like not very involved with the family's like stuff, and then don't know how to help with the farms and whatnot.
Yeah. So maybe it's not that you're lazy. It's just that you're just interested in other stuff, and so you
Yeah.
like you spend the time learning about mechanics or something.
Yeah.
Mechanic, which is a background, by the way.
Oh, it is.
I was gonna ask about your background too.
All right.
Do you want to take mechanic?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Check.
And then I don't know what page it is. It's in the player options part in the book. But yes, mechanic. Cool. So you do have a family. I'm not gonna rewrite everything. I'm just putting same info as Mako. Do you have any friends or rivals?
I was thinking like friends, like of course, like my twin brother is we still very close. I was thinking like because he's like readings, he hang out. I don't know. We have maybe like bookstore or libraries.
It's just
And-
very small village, so it might just be like someone's house who has a lot of books.
History keeper.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
history keeper, like what is she like? Is she like working like a? Does she have like a?
I want to say let's just make it because it's a simple village. I want to say that she is the person that people come to when they need lore, and she has a lot of books at her house.
And
So
Beebee is-
people are welcome to come. So she's very nice, and things like that.
and Beebee is like a apprentice there, right?
She's
Something
trying
like that.
to.
She wants.
trying.
She's struggling.
Ah, okay. Then maybe like maybe Maki and Beebee can like have a good friendship. Every time I go there, and then I can as Beebee was there, and then she helped me. We know fighting book and stuff, and we talk.
Okay. What you call her? What keeper, Meg? History.
History keeper. Yeah.
Historians keeper.
Yeah. Okay. Leia, let's make it a woman. I'm gonna write that down. History keeper. And the history keeper. She has a lot of books at her house. Okay, so Maki is also interested in history, or just like she has a lot of books maybe on like mechanics and engineering maybe.
Yeah, just mainly is for engineering and mechanics, machine and stuff. But he's like reading, so like he read all kind of books.
Okay. Oh, sounds good. Okay, the next question for Maki is, are you friends with Bogo or?
I mean, it's a small town, so I think we all know each other's, and we all like hang out.
Yeah, I mean you guys are all part of the young stewards, so
I would say it's like probably Bogo is the least in your ranking friends, Bogo is like probably like the list,
Yeah,
the
what is
last one
it?
on
What's the
the list.
rank?
So like it's probably it's like yeah, Mako is like because like is his twins are the best, and then Beebee and then Bogo because like I think Maki's like Bogo's, but he thinks that Bogo is like too like unattentive and then like too unfocused for
Yeah.
his likings, because it's like his Maki is a little bit more like he's like he like logic, he like math, he likes like all that,
And he's
being
focused.
focused. Yeah, so
Like Maki's
like-
like, is Bogo gonna be there? And Mako's like, yeah, and he's like, oh. Like you have to prepare to deal with him in long spurts.
Is he still bad at fishing?
have you even get any fish? Jeez.
I will eventually.
Born next to fish, never caught one. Is Bogo. He doesn't like his spaciness. Okay. Question. What is he wanting? What does your character want at this point in their life? This is the North Star question
Mm-hmm.
for your character. What needs to be kind of fulfilled before you guys leave?
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna. I was thinking like for him, he's love to learn more about the like technologies and the new technologies, but there's
Mhm.
not a lot of textbook and information that he can get it from here. Like the book selection is very limited. And then the I imagine they have like a small like TV at home, but there are only a few programs. And then he's watched like a various like simple program about technology there, and about what the name of the cities that like the Tokyo cities.
It's a Yaruman.
Yaruman, yes. So like it's and his thing like it's so wonderful there. There's a lot of people, the big car, the
Yeah,
train.
yeah,
He
yeah.
never seen a train before, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's
yeah.
what he's kind of motivate him to go out and then go to that cities eventually.
Yeah.
Something
Maybe
like
you
that.
talked because the chef is from there.
Mm.
Maybe he brings some stuff that you've always been interested in but never had got your hands on.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
like his book, aka Game Boy.
Game Boy.
Maybe you're like, oh, I've only seen like a picture of it or something.
That's
there's
awesome.
that.
And I was also thinking there's for I want to have like a specific things,
Mhm.
and I was thinking like maybe it's the families have like a small kind of mini truck that is broken, and nobody know how to fix it. The whole town nobody know how to fix it.
Oh
So
yes.
the whole time he's trying to just like from what he's very little that he learned, he's just trying to fix it. And by the end of the children arc, he's finally fixed the car, and then we leave the towns with the car, something like that.
Ooh, that's nice.
What state does it start in? Is it overgrown, or has he been working on it for a while?
It's
Yeah.
probably like he's been working on it, but he's make very little progress because he doesn't have like real educations on the so
So it's like part of it is like finding someone who can help you, because nobody really needs it in the village.
yeah.
But then
Yeah.
somebody comes from the outside.
Maybe
It's a side project, right?
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, so he wants to fix the family's broken mini truck, and I know exactly the one. They're like very. You've seen them
Yeah.
in Japan all the time. The little tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's just been sitting next to maybe one of a barn
Mm.
somewhere.
Yeah,
That
it's
you
like
just
one of
kinda-
a barns.
Okay. What are you guys farmers of though? There are sheep dragons
Oh, in our town.
or dragon sheep. I think Okiri Village is known
Yeah.
for that.
I thought like something that could be affected by the corruption, like crops of whatever.
Oh, right.
But it could be something else. Yeah, it could be something else.
Yeah, so Okiri Village is known for its sheep dragons.
Maybe it's just like the crops that like they feed the sheep dragons is
Yeah.
failing.
Yeah.
So they're
yeah.
starving.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. You
So you
got
guys want to
sheep
you guys
dragons?
want to
Yeah.
you guys want to be sheep dragon farmers? Sound good?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
So cool.
Sounds nice. Yeah.
You're finally getting your dragon, guys.
There you go.
Hey.
The family is sheep dragon farmers. Okay.
Yes.
So I wrote down that you want to fix the family's broken mini truck that sits next to one of the barns that one of the sheep dragons sleep in.
Yeah.
Or maybe maybe two of them sleep in there. Okay. And you guys leave in that car, you said?
Wait, what?
I mean, yeah.
I don't know. Can the whole family fit in that car?
Yeah.
I mean, in the back, you can sit in the back.
Yes,
Is it
Yeah,
that,
kids
that
in the
trope
back.
of having like trellising on the back. So
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the scene of like the parents in the car, you know, the father driving or something, and the kids in the back just watching the horizon as they leave. You know.
It's like the start of Pokemon Ruby, where you're in the back of the moving van. And
Yeah,
then
there you
you
go.
out.
Ah, that's a throwback.
Yeah, she brought it back, you guys.
Had to.
Who do you look up to, admire, or envy?
Admires probably he's probably admire Mako because he helped with the family's business and farming a lot, and
Yeah.
and his dozens uh look up to maybe some things that is maybe like some like very famous kind of Tony Stark guy that he's keep seeing on the TVs.
Like an inventor.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Okay, I like it.
That probably won't come up in the children arc, but can potentially come up later in the adult.
Yeah. I
Arc,
think like
yeah.
for right now, we're just planting the seeds of something that makes sense as you turn into an adult. But being a mechanic right now definitely makes sense for admiring some type of like Tony Stark character in the future. Okay. What's something they're curious about but don't fully understand yet?
Yeah, just easy. Just like technologies and engineering in general.
Oh, technology and engineering. But I think you guys would know that like spirits power technology.
Yeah.
And that like wizards, they have like a spell like that's called Jolt that helps. Maybe you know that? I don't know. You're 12 years old. Maybe that's something you learn later.
Yeah, man.
But
That's
I don't know. Spirits do power the technology though, so
We know they're
don't know.
powered by spirits, but we don't know how the spirits
Yeah.
powering
Yeah.
them works.
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so is it like how the spirits do it?
Yeah, that's
Or-
how
or
the
why?
spirit do it, and then how to use. I would think that like Maki is not very like in tune with like spiritual kind of things.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like trying to understand how spirit powers technology and machines.
Okay, so not in tune with the spiritual world, even though there are spirits a lot, like everywhere,
Yeah.
and people are able to get into the spiritual realm, but getting out of the spiritual realm is another thing. So that could be an interesting little adventure.
Yeah.
How the spirits power technology and things like that. Okay.
I saw
So-
a thing that was like if you're traveling to the spirit realm, like sometimes it's worth having like a secondary way back to the physical realm because like the portals close at random times and stuff
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that. So,
You
like,
need
it's always reliable.
You definitely need a plan B.
Yeah,
Mm.
that was
Like,
pretty neat.
There's also there's a wandering door that just it's randomly throughout the island you'll see that's a portal into the spirit world. But yeah. Okay. So I think I have enough to go off of for like to get us started. I think we have like a good amount. You guys gave me some good stuff. I'll ask you guys what your character looks like later. I'll like message you guys.
Sure.
But I also wanted to ask, because it's like a full-length campaign, if you guys wanted to like go in on getting like custom artwork. That was another question. I was thinking of like a group photo or something, but for the adults.
I would like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the style of like Studio Ghibli, of course.
That'd be nice.
Don't have to worry about that right now, because the kids campaign arc is not as long. But
Okay.
I'll get back to you guys on that. So next thing, if everybody can get into Foundry, and we'll make the character sheets real quick.
For them to eat, you know.
Oh, okay. So you're getting up. Mako is up first. Do you wake up your brother?
I don't wake him up. I let him sleep, and I just make sure that when he's up, he has something to eat.
So you get up, and then you already see your dad is already out in the fields, like tending to the dragon sheep already.
Yeah.
And your mother you see her like walking through the fields to hand him something like in a basket. And she like sets her hand on his shoulder. You see him pull out like a drink, like kind of wipe sweat already. It looks like he's already been working at least for an hour and a half.
Yeah. I gotta do something quick then. I take the very basic stuff that we have and I make something simple but tasty. I take some flour, simple flour, and I mix it with water, just enough. And I want to add a little bit of salt, which is the only thing we have, and create like this weird dough. Wrap it around a stick, and I put it over the fire. And I create like this spiral of bread, which this is a real thing. It gets a weird texture inside, but it creates this crust outside, and it tastes like something. It's like a snack, you know. It's something that you can eat a bunch of it without getting sick of it, you know.
Okay, and then finally, Maki, you walk in. You guys can start to hear early morning carts are creaking over a small bridge in Okiri Village. What is Maki doing as he sees his brother like cooking this morning?
Maki is definitely the type who's wake up late and be not a morning person. He walked downstairs to the kitchens to see his brother's cookings. He's like, "Oh, great! You're making the my favorite."
Yeah, I mean it's what we have, but I hope it's enough.
I guess I try to help set up the table, put out the plate and stuff, and then just patiently waiting for the food.
Yeah, so you're waiting for the food. Your mom finally comes in. She goes, "Oh, honey, you don't need to do that. Wait, stop. Let me do it. You guys have to get ready to go."
No, it's okay. I can finish it.
And then you hear a knock. You hear a knock on the door. And your mom goes, "You guys have to go, young steward."
Oh, right.
Can
Okay.
Can we wait for the food and then just bring it with us? No?
I would hate to upset the steward, like we'll call him the steward master.
Oh, okay.
He's waiting at the door. You remember what you have to do. We'll see you later.
Yes. Okay. Let's go, Maki. I make sure that I put down whatever bread we have. I just grab some for us and put it in my pocket. Like the crust that it forms outside, it protects it. And I take a little piece of paper that it seems that I have been writing on, and I just shove it in my pocket as well.
Your mother gives you guys both a kiss on the forehead as you guys open the door. You see like a 17-year-old who's like the team's leader, the scout leader. And he has like pimples and he's like a little bit taller than you. And he thinks he's better than you. He has like the badge of the scout leader, and he says, "Good morning, young stewards. How are you doing?"
Morning.
You
What did you
quite a
say?
morning person, aren't you?
Yes, we should all be morning people. Yes?
Should we go already?
Hey, wake up,
guess.
young steward. It's time to go. And he just starts walking in front of you. And you guys continue to walk. And soon enough, we get to a very loud house. As you guys make stops to get to different places, you already hear, you hear like wood being stepped on really loudly. There's a glass that breaks and a mother screaming as she's going to clean it up
Oh, boy.
as your scout leader knocks on the door of one Bogo.
I'd like to think like Bogo is in a sea of his siblings as he opens the door. They're like clamoring at the edges.
Good
like,
morning, young steward.
Good morning. Could you give us 2 minutes? Ah! His siblings kind of push him through the door.
The forest waits for no one, young steward.
The force?
He's like, wait. As he kind of has you can see his little tackle box and fishing pole kind of like being crowd waved through his siblings as they're kind of rushing to get in line with the steward.
Yeah, and your siblings come too. So even though they're a little bit younger and annoying, so you guys are all starting to get kind of dogpiled by the other 12 siblings. They all come rushing out. Oh, move, I'm going first. Let me out first. Go, move. And all of them are just like piling around Mako Maki, your feet. You're used to this route to pick up Bogo and his siblings. And you're still trying to memorize all of their names. So it's harder because they all look very, very similar.
Bogo, Bingo, Bango, Banjo.
That's close.
And his
Close, Mako.
Hey,
Hey, Bogo.
Hi, Maki.
Hi, Bogo, brothers and sister.
Hi, Maki. They all say at the same time.
Wow.
that's creepy.
But they all kind of like they're trying their best to be like good stewards, and they're like standing behind the scout leader. But you see them; they're just like fidgeting as they're ready. They're waiting to move.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Do you
I'm not a
think we're
morning
gonna
person.
go fishing this time?
Oh, we could. Could we try to get something maybe?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I don't know how you guys could like it. You know, I think fishing is so boring. It's like such a waste of time.
Well, that's one train of thought. The captain, he says,
Definitely.
the sea's bounty is its own reward.
Yeah. I mean, fishing is important if you want to eat, you know? So
Yeah.
that counts for something, I guess.
And onward, young stewards. And
What?
he starts continuing to move forward as like your little brothers and sisters weren't paying attention, so they dogpile on each other, and a few of them fall over. The forest waits for no one, and he keeps moving forward. But you have like 3 little brothers who have fallen over.
Oh, let me help you up. Like teeter over. He takes a bit, but he's able to get them to their feet, even though he's kind of wobbling.
As you guys continue to make your way, you hear a loud bunch. You've picked up other kids as well from the village. They're getting in line. The line's getting really long. It's mostly filled with the Nakudama family with Bogo. But you are up bright and early, Beebee. You hear them coming. You know,
Yeah, I do.
You know when they're coming down the way. What is she doing?
She's like waiting on the inside of her room, and she's like, she can like hear them getting closer, and then she hears like the scout leader be like, "The forest waits for no one." She sticks her head out the window, and she's like, "The forest waits for no one," and then she's like, Thinks fast, and she'll throw her bag down to the three of them. And then as she's like throwing the bag, she like starts climbing the trellis that's like next to her window to come like down the stairs.
Don't
I'll try to get
worry,
it.
Come like out
Maki.
like down to the floor.
Your mother says, Beebee, I told you about Slight. Go down the stairs like a normal human, please. A normal person, I'm sorry.
Well, that's fine. It's just the forest waits for no one, and this was quicker. So I came
One
down
day you're
this
going
way.
to hurt yourself going down the wrong way.
I don't think so.
I love you,
Anyway,
bye.
I love you. Bye.
Well, never mind.
And then you see the scout leader. Good morning, young steward. And he has like a little bell with him too.
Oh, I hate morning people.
Ah, jeez.
What's the bell for?
It's kind of like this is like a bus. He turns around and says, I don't think you should question me since I am the scout leader for this week. Thank you very much. He like nods his head.
What about next week?
Oh.
Next week it probably will be me. So,
What about the week after that?
I mean, I'm the best out of all of us. Like, you haven't found as much mushrooms as I have, but you're a little kid, so maybe one day when you get older.
Well, I think I could.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway,
Will you
Oh,
be leader the week after that?
Oh, I'd like the bell.
I could probably be leader until I go to like a very cool like sword school or something.
But you said this
cool.
week. You said you're the leader this week.
In line, young steward, and he rings the bell.
It's
She, like,
always the
snaps into
leader.
line.
That's no fair.
Be leader every week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is in fact the son of the guy who's the head of the young stewards
okay.
Fucking
here in the
nepotism.
village.
Okay.
I make sure to break some pieces of the bread and hand it over to Bogo and Beebee.
Oh,
Yeah.
So many bees.
snacks.
Oh,
You're
they're the best.
Mako.
I'm sure like chew with her mouth full. How early did you get up to make this? Must have been earlier than me.
I don't know. I was just like woke up like a little earlier, whatever. I don't know. The fire needed some time, and that was just.
She like kind of like chomps on a bit and like sort of tears it, pulls it away.
Do you have any juice? This is dry.
Was the sun still up when you made it?
No, no, it wasn't.
Oh.
I only had the light of the fire.
Oh.
Yeah, I went to sleep a little early. I don't know. I dreamed of a recipe. I woke up and we only had this, so
What was the recipe? Did it taste good? Did it have fish in it?
Oh,
no, I dreamed of this recipe. It's peelings from a pear and the hard stem of a broccoli, all dressed in lime juice and olive oil.
Oil,
know.
broccoli. I don't.
Are you
Maybe
sure
you should
this
just stick
was
to
a
bread.
dream?
One of Bogo's siblings is listening in on the conversation. I'm like, hey, you know that he has a crush on you.
Oh, who?
And then he's like tugging on Bogo and pointing at Beebee.
Oh.
He talks about you all the time.
Yeah, well, yeah, because
What?
we're best friends.
Mm-hmm.
I think he likes you more than friends. And then like all the little kids start laughing. More than friends, more than friends.
Best friends, right, Beebee?
And she'll like kind of like cross her fingers, like, and try and like cross them with his. For life. When you have a real friend, you'll understand that. Honestly, you've been singing this song for weeks. It's not going to annoy me. I have dedication of steel, and I've decided to be dedicated to not being annoyed by you. So keep singing. It doesn't even bother me.
Goodbye, pretty lady. And he keeps walking forward.
That one's really weird.
Yeah, he gets like that in the morning.
That one is Bam Bam.
Bam Bam?
Why is it like that?
He's also
And you-
very loud in the morning.
And you guys continue along the way, and you guys are meeting in a certain alcove in the forest. And you see certain like little like sprite spirits are kind of playing around too. You guys are, it's normal. You guys see them all the time. You pass by an old lady who tells you your daily reminder that if you see a spirit lost in the woods, be kind, but don't go make any promises. It's kind of like a thing she tells you guys, kind of warns you every day as you make your way.
Beebee does the daily cross her heart, and like sort of like that she acknowledges it as she says it as they walk past.
And you guys spend the first half of your day with the with your scoutmaster, and the father eventually comes. Everybody breaks up into groups, trying to like herd all of the Nakudama little kids is a task. And he's looking for like an assistant, like the scoutmaster. So that's what you guys know so far, that he's been looking for extra help.
Okay.
And you guys spend the day doing that. But that's where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Hey.
As you guys do your tasks as the stewards, and then eventually kind of go back to your apprenticeships, go back to trying to learn how to fish, all that good stuff. Go back to reading.